Hi, my name is Mark from jazzguitarlessons.net and welcome to Hands-On Jazz Guitar. Today we're going to look at making your hip jazz guitar lick even hipper. The goal of this series of videos is to have you do some hands-on playing. So all too often we intellectualize the process of learning jazz. So we'd like to change that here. So we are here to work on both playing and learning at the same time. Today's line can be found in our October 2015 issue of the Tune of the Month Club, and the song is of course Stella by Starlight. The line is over a common chord progression, but it's not a typical 2-5-1. We'll look closely at the lick at first, and then we'll get to work using a few different ways to enhance our playing. To get you going, I'll play the line at 3 different tempos. So first 50%, then 80%, then at the end 100% of the original tempo. So notice that the tempo here will be 112 beats per minute. Let's learn it. Today's concept involves an alternate 2-5 chord progression. So let's look closely at the lick and then accompanying chords on your screen. You may recognize the chord sequence in the first measure. It's a 2-5 chord progression, B flat minor 7 to E flat 7. There's no difference. However, normally the 5 chord resolves to the 1 chord, the relevant major chord, which would be A flat major here. In this case, it does not. This is because we're looking at an alternate use of a 2-5 progression, sometimes referred to as the backdoor. The F major 7 chord is still the 1 chord, but the E flat 7 before is best described as the flat 7 dominant. So B flat minor 7 to E flat 7, it's simply partnering to create a 2-5 sound, and then we change the course. Instead of landing on 1, we go land on F major 7 on our 1 chord. You can find this in Stella by Starlight, of course, in that key. So we have a nice little lick that fits the change nicely in our Tune of the Month Club Stella by Starlight, but there's even more to it than this. We'll show you in a moment. So if you're, of course, looking to learn about the basics of jazz improvisation, please take a close look at our course called Jazz Improv 101 on jazzguitarlessons.net. You'll find lots of ideas to get you started. You also learn about the building blocks of this style of music in terms of chords, scales, and a few progressions. Now, I'd like to show you 3 new ways to use this idea in your playing. Example A, I start the approach towards the F major 7 from a different chord tone of the E flat 7 chord. In the original example, the approach starts from the root of E flat 7 and then it starts here from the 3rd instead, creating a nice little leap in the line. For example B, I take a similar approach to example A, but I reverse the direction of the line instead. And finally, here's the really hip stuff. I think it's really cool because in example C, it takes us back to the original lick again with a twist. Just look at the chords. The lick actually fits very well with a standard 2-5-1 chord progression in the key of F minor. And in fact, it sounds even hipper because it accentuates chord extensions. So suddenly we hear the sharp 9 and the flat 9 extensions of the C7 chord. We did not change the lick, but we changed the context in which we use the lick instead. So think of it like a minor 2-5-1 in the key of F minor, but resolving to an F major. Substituting a lick based upon that flat 7 dominant chord can provide a great avenue for hip sounds, so try it sometimes in your own playing. Next time you see a G minor 7, C7, instead of stay in F major, slip in some B flat minor 7, E flat 7 instead, and see how it sounds to use that backdoor. And then do the reverse. It's got a pretty cool hip vibe to it. So now we have 4 ideas to use when improvising, and that's really just the beginning of exploring those backdoors and hip licks. So imagine taking all 4 of these examples and using them over a common 2-5 progression. Then imagine using them over the flat 7 dominant progression, the backdoor, as found in Stella. Every new idea you create can be tested in these 2 scenarios. Now's the time for you to try your hand at improvising, so please jump in and wing it. This is the part where we just improvise without a safety net. You just play, that's it. No need to play these ideas, although you could try to use the ideas as they are. And your main goal here is to improvise and really reflect on what you've learned. So I'll take the first turn and I'll play a few ideas, and then you can use a backing track and let yourself go. Remember, if you're feeling like this lesson is a little bit much for you to learn, there's no worry. You can learn the fundamentals of jazz improvisation in our guitar course, Jazz Improv 101. Thanks for tuning into issue number 4 of Hands-On Jazz Guitar. Hopefully this is going to continue. We explored an alternate 2-5-1 chord progression, so an alternate backdoor 2-5 going to a 1, and found a way to make the exact same pattern sound really hip by changing the context in which it was used. And there's plenty more to explore too, plenty more where this came from, so make up your own new ideas and put them to work. We love hearing from you here at jazzguitarlessons.net, so please ask us questions and give us feedback by commenting below this video or blog post. You're welcome to subscribe to our YouTube channel and share this video with anyone and everyone you think might like it. Wink wink Facebook or something like that. And finally, please come and visit us at jazzguitarlessons.net. You'll find lots more of information and videos, so I'll see you next time. Once again, my name is Mark from jazzguitarlessons.net. Improve your jazz guitar with a real teacher. Take care.